this fair land when the railroad did not run. When the wild majestic...
Gonna have to stop that. Good morning, 9 April, Cactus here with the Out and About channel. I'm in beautiful Deep River. And I have yet another couple of days off for, I had a bit of a medical procedure yesterday, a non-crucial one, just a preventative maintenance, a little scope, a little look, if you know what I mean, up certain orifices. That's all we'll say about that. And yeah, with my line of work, they give you some sick time after that, so I feel perfectly fine. It went well, and I'm going on the ATV today. Right back there is Big Bear. Miss Big Bear 350, 1998, Yamaha 4x4. So, I'm in Deep River, so obviously I'm heading west away from the Pembroke and Petawawa area. And I'm going to go to the town of Mackie. If you've seen my first premiere video, part 2 of the logging camp, part 2, which you all need to watch. I know it's kind of lame because I had to pull my phone out because I didn't know how to work my Volta with my GoPro. Now I do. Yeah, watch that, please. That's where the abandoned motel was at the end of my video. I'm going to Mackie. I'm going to park at the boat launch, and I'm going to go back to Stonecliff, where I did a trip with the Husky snow machine, which is now sold. I have a regular snow machine. And I'm going to go continue west to Bissett Creek at least, maybe beyond. We'll have to see about that. And I do want to go to this Billy's Lake again and make you painfully watch me possibly go fishing. I did bring some worms and the fishing rod back to this Billy's Lake. Geez, I shouldn't even say what it is. I shouldn't say where these lakes are. And I'm gonna dip a line for at least an hour. I know I'm a terribly impatient fisherman, but we're gonna give it a go. It's mainly to get out and have a ride and see what kind of, hopefully, junk we can see again. And the snow is gone. It's a beautiful sunny day. It is cool. My word, it was warmer in April, those couple of days we had that were like summer when I went to Ottawa. So stay tuned. Let's see what we got here. Let's yet again see if we have a video. A little Deep River collection here. Old trucks. I don't want to get out and go in there, and if the guy was outside, I'd ask him, but... Oh, that one's pretty solid. Pretty darn solid. What? That's an old Ford. Quite an old. Early 40s. Nice. Here we are, Mackie, Ontario. Not much of a village left. It's a causeway that crosses the Mackie Creek. Mackie Creek goes out to the Ottawa River. That's Lakeview Campground. You can see how the water in the Ottawa River, well, Mackie Creek, this is part of it, is dropped. It's usually kept really high. You can see the banks because they let it out in the spring to anticipate the northern floods. When it thaws out way up north, that water will eventually work its way down. And it's not instant like... you know, like turning on a garden hose and watching water run. It takes a long time, and it does get hung up around islands and curves, and it's a strange science. And everybody thinks there's a conspiracy because below the dam, below Swisha, Ralston, and the Pembroke to all the way past Ottawa, Hawkesbury to the St. Lawrence has been flooding because of the quick thaw we had here. So everybody thinks that they stop the dam, or they open the dam and they let all the water rush down and they flood the area because they don't care about anybody down there. Well, I'm telling you, there's hardly anybody up here to care about, but the science behind it is the anticipation of the northern floods coming. So there is a method to the madness. It's frustrating that this flooding is happening. It's climate change. It's getting warm. So if you're building on rivers these days, you really need to consider going higher. And in the future, there's no more 100-year flood. It's more like whenever flood. We don't know what we're getting for weather anymore, so we need to move further away from these potentially flooding rivers. So we're gonna unload Miss Big Bear here and go for a ride and see what we see. It's a beautiful day. A little cool, but that's what we want. Awesome. So here we are in Stonecliff again at the boat launch. This is where I completed the video of last ride on the Husky, I believe, the Husky snow machine. So you can see the water's really down due to the dam being opened at Ralston and Swisha, and perhaps the dam up by Mattawa being held back, I don't know. But this all gets flooded out right up to the tree line, quite high in the summer. So Stonecliff proper is up by the highway. Stonecliff original, prior to 1950 or so, was actually down in here. And as I discussed before, there are foundations and bottles and stuff in the water. I've seen some dive videos. I'm waving this thing around. We have a Heinz ketchup bottle, if that's focusing. There's all kinds of shards of glass and stuff on the bottom here that's normally underwater. I'm gonna put that right here. We also found these like Harley Davidson shades. Not for me. I'll leave that there for somebody to check out. If you're watching Cactus, look for the stump by the boat launch. But yeah, there's definitely old shards of glass, probably a bottle to find or something if you really scour it around from back in the 50s, maybe 40s, 30s, 20s, who knows. And be an interesting place to metal detect too. You might find old coins or something, or somebody's old ring, who knows. Especially here where they put the boats in. If you metal detect it around, you might find stuff people have dropped in. What I should be doing in retrospect is, I never thought of it, just coming up here and beachcombing. You only have a brief moment in the spring before the water comes back up to check it out. And I know the next significant town is Visit Creek. Not significant, but small. After that is Deux Rivières, and it has an interesting boat launch area where I did my first video on the abandoned logging camp. So the water's all down there, and you can walk to some of those islands that the little bridges went to get to the Quebec side. So that would be cool. Might even make it there today, we'll see. Not promising. Time's ticking. Never enough time in the day. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the railway berm where the old pump house was, and the garbage that they threw over the side of the railway yard. I'm gonna have a quick peek and we're gonna get going. So off we go. Here we are. Here's an old light post. So yeah, just a little revisit. Don't know if I'll use this. That's the old railway yard. Down there's the berm that goes to the river to the old pump house. And here's the berm, the end of it. We're gonna head down. Whoa. And see what we see. Oh boy, Cactus has bad news. Bad news. So it's a good time of year. No leaves are popped out yet. You can see the buds on everything. So it's starting to happen. So visibility is pretty good for finding stuff. A little cutoff saw. Old oil can or kerosene can. And there is a lot of stuff. I've already picked through it pretty good, I think, in the fall. But maybe spring's better. Maybe I'll see something new. We shall see. Railways sure made a mess back in the day. They tossed a lot of stuff about. Logging operations too. Baffles me how they're able to set up camp somewhere and just dump their oil and crap everywhere and abandon everything and leave it there. Makes for interesting video, but they shouldn't be allowed to leave such a mess behind. So I've got my Volta Media Mod GoPro 10. I think I've got it all figured out. So you can plug in your Volta to your GoPro, your newer GoPro. You have to go into settings to Bluetooth, and you can operate the Volta through there. The only thing I don't know for sure is if the Volta's not on, I don't think it's charging the battery in the GoPro. I'm not 100% sure. The GoPro says 85% right now. I feel like I'd have to turn the Volta on, the Volta stick, and connect it for it to charge the battery. I might do that later if I get into something long. Now this is a bit long, I should have done it now, but battery. Here's an oil can and an old wood stove. Fancy. Canadian oil companies. Branches throughout Canada. What do we have here? I can't read it. It is French. The English side's totally gone. It's got a rose. It's probably a red rose or something. Assume it's red rose oil. That's a shame because those are very collectible. That would be nice. People like to collect those. Old soda. We got a apple juice here. Raisin Sun Spun. This is sort of a. This label's familiar. The old No Name days or something. Not No Name, but some sort of grocery store chain. Lots of crap in here. Can't read it. Old Pepsi pull tab. If you had a little rake or something, you could rake this out. 7-Up. This is ketchup. Not as old as the one down by the river. C Limited. CC. Some kind of sauce? I don't remember. Fuel tank. And a jar. Remember these push button tabs? Pop in the 70s when I was a kid. Sunspun ginger ale. Get water in it. There's the glass battery. I was explaining this one time. So this is a glass battery. Another bottle. This is cool. Unfortunately, it's broken there. I mean, oh, I don't want to fiddle with it much more. So they look like a little aquarium, and you could do just such a thing with it. You could grow little plants in it or keep fish or something. But what you do is you'd remove the lead inside, clean it out, and some online I see have embossed writing on them, and this one does. Filler line, water line. Very cool. I'm going to leave that. Eesh, careful. Yeah. Cut yourself. I don't know if somebody wants that or not. It's broken. I'll just leave it like that. What a shame. Yuck. That would have been nice. I'm glad I ran into that. Something they use for radios on the train or something maybe. Fascinating. If you look at pictures online, there's some fancy looking ones. I know with bottles and things, you Americans were better at making fancy bottles, so there's a lot of valuable bottles buried in the States all over the place. It's become a popular thing to dig, and maybe it's decreased the value for all I know. So there's the berm over there to the pump house. I'm curious to go look and see what the water low, just to see the pipe going into the water, but that seems rather uneventful. So I need to head west to Bissett Creek. Take a stab at getting a brook trout, a speckled trout. Getting warm, loving it. These are spike cans. They hold or held cans of spikes. Old Pepsi bottle. So yeah, Stonecliff Rail Yard. I don't mind revealing this. It's worth a prowl and a dig. Bring a little rake or something. Don't bring your metal detector because it'll go off like crazy. Too much aluminum, too much iron, too much steel. Okay, on we go. Found a little jewel here, never knew existed. 1930s, something or other, sedan, long one. Look at how long it is. It's like a limo. It's not a limo, but it's like a limo. Great big back seat. Do you imagine all the leg room? Nice. This is from back in the day when this highway was a dirt road. Even the spare tires on there, the spare wheel. How somebody didn't rip that off at one time is a miracle. It had some kind of a open roof. Maybe it was a dignitary and you could stand up top and wave. Steering wheel still there. Super cool. Some door handles still kicking about. The seat frame. Yeah, you would have had a lot of leg room back here. For sure. The engine's gone, but the oil pan's still there. Go figure. That's just sitting there loose. God, it's a wonder nobody took off of that either. What do we got here? Body number 1586. Model PB5P. And there's an SED. What kind of car do we have here? Super cool. See the air vents? They would have flipped up. Let fresh air in. Early air conditioning. See how they used wood when they manufactured these things? It's all rotten in there. Usually I want to say a Ford because that's what a lot of cars were back in the day, were Fords. Unfortunately the grill is gone because they're super cool, collectible. The hood and the side panels are gone. But still nice to see a 1930s sitting in the woods. And you know, relatively all there body-wise, not hacked up. The doors haven't been taken off and dragged through the woods. What a spacious back seat though would have been. One more look. I want to see if we can tell what this is. All the gauges are gone. I don't see any stampings anywhere. Somebody who knows more about these would know where to look. Cool. Okay, I gotta save battery. Out. So here we are again. If you were with me on the last ride of the Husky video, I went out for a winter ride. I was here, I took a break here, and there was a bunch of old junk. So we have an old truck cab like we've seen in the winter, but now it's not buried. We have the truck box, the fenders. Cool. I can hear the highway out there. I went to the house out on the highway, and I was going to ask about coming back here, but it doesn't appear anybody's there, so I didn't want to go knock. Old Ford F-150. Square headlights? Yes. Blue automatic. Single rear gas tank. Anyway, getting back to that. Good parts in there. It doesn't look like anybody's driving on the trail here. So, and there was a gate, but it was open. So that's fine in the winter, I guess, but I have to assume that this is not open for ATV traffic. So I left it back there, and we'll just have a peek here and we'll get out of here. So all this stuff was buried in winter. That's all getting overgrown. So what do we have here? Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo. An old Sunbird piece of crap. They made a V8 Monza, the Chevy Monza. They were interesting, but crappy rust buckets too. I'm not going to go too deep here because I don't want to get into a trespass situation. A rare Vega wagon. Check that out. Two-door wagon. Astra. Pontiac Astra. The Pontiac of Vegas. That's cool. You know somebody's looking for parts for that. They're Vega. Short box Ford. Nice. Very toasty, but nice. Oh, and they go all the way back there. I don't think I'll be venturing that far. Square body. Camaro. Dodge Omni. Mercury XR7 Cougar. Malaysia. She's all fancy and dressed up. Ford Maverick or Mercury Comet. Two-door. It's a Comet, Mercury Comet. And the window's open or smashed out. Got some chrome going on it. Some striping. Another Omni. Tempo or Topaz. Boy, there's lots more up there. Here's an oldie. Plymouth Signet. That's like a Plymouth Scamp or a Dart, Dodge Dart. Great big Mercury wagon. Cobwebs. A woody wagon. Great big Mercury. Look at that. Hey chum, Steve from high school inherited his dad's green LTD wagon like that. First car he had on the road. I bet you wish he would have kept that now. Chevette. Couple of Fords there. Pretty toasty. Okay. There's some old sleds up there. Well, the highway's too close. I don't want to be walking into somebody's yard. So I'm going to turn back. Unfortunately, there's lots more to see, but Escort wagon or Mercury Lynx wagon. I had a Lynx myself. And the Fords. Not much to salvage off those. Okay. That's all we get for now. So here we are. I think I said the name of this lake. I shouldn't. I'm gonna try and bleep that out. Anywhere we're here, it was we're parked right over there. If I could see a little shine from the ATV. It's a rough ride in, but you can, if you got four-wheel drive ATV, you can get in there. Just a slow crawl. It beats walking. Maybe 500 meters in. And this is the heavily stocked lake, I would say, anyway. I'm not really experienced, but 4,500 brook trout a year, or speckled trout if you will, whatever you want to call them, in this little lake. Anyway, I got a bobber in there, a worm, a jig head. We're waiting. Impatiently waiting. Just took a little sidestep hike to follow the trail around the lake. I'm down at this end now. We're fishing over there somewhere. And another canoe. I seen a canoe as soon as I came in. I didn't film it. Maybe I will on the way back. But it's shattered. I know it's a lot of work to get a canoe in here on your shoulders. Long walk in, but could you take the darn thing back out? So between that one and the other canoe, I maybe will make it a mission someday with myself and another ATV chum to come in here and drag those things out. We could drag them out to Bissett Creek and trailer them to a dump somewhere, I suppose. It's kind of a shame. This is quite a remote lake. It's a bit of work to get in here. If you didn't have an ATV, it'd be a long walk, a long hike. Let's keep it pristine. What a beautiful day. Nice and cool. Well, it's warm, but not stifling hot. Really nice in here. You can see deep into the woods more than normal. No leaves yet. Beautiful. Squishy moss. Cactus, the world's worst fisherman. I brought this bag to put my potential brook trout, speckled trout in, but my lack of patience has me wanting to go. So we'll come again someday. We'll come early in the morning and we will commit more to fishing this lake. We'll get online and find the deep spots. I'm even considering a blow-up dinghy that I could just blow up from the battery with electric pump on the ATV and roll around here and just get in all the spots. So I'm going to use this bag to pick up all these cans from these nasty, polluting, environment-killing fisher people who probably take more than their limit, and I'm going to get these to a recycle facility. Some of them are burnt. So this, yeah, there's a fire here. You can see the burnt logs. Nothing wrong with having a fire in the winter, but don't throw your cans in it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they're melted. Oh, my bag's big enough. And a bottle of Fireball cinnamon whiskey. Okay, so the bags come in handy for something. I think that's it. I found another one on the trail. Oh, there's another bottle. We're gonna haul this crap out of here because it's the right thing to do. There's no fish in this lake. There is. Just need somebody to make me commit more to staying longer, using the right gear. And sometimes they just don't bite. Barometric pressure or what have you. Full moon, no moon, different reasons, they don't bite. We're gonna head back and try and find some logging roads, cabin roads, pioneer roads, instead of the railway berm. If we have to, we'll go back in the railway berm. I could camp here tonight and have a fire and make a meal. There's the other canoe. It's just when you come in right here in the water a bit. I would like to make a mission of getting that out of here. And the other one someday. Just gonna go up here. Someone made a step. Thank you, thank you. Oh, this is lovely. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll have to come here with a chum. With another ATV. And God, there's even firewood. Have a night. Lots of room to tent. Little fire pit. This is awesome. Wow. Who's up for this? Office Rocker Oiler. You friggin' Bigfoot. How about you? You have to buy some camping gear. Brian, my expert fisherman chum, he'd be all over this. He's talking about getting an ATV. We'll see what happens. If so, Brian, let's come here during off bug season and get some of those trouts out of there and camp up here. We'll have a time. It's so picture perfect, you know. You're looking at the TV screen and you're like, oh, what a great place. And it is. It's absolutely great now, right now. But soon will come the bugs and it won't be so great. You could do it when there's bugs, but you'll have to be heavily covered in bug spray. And maybe even have a bug screen on your face. They get bad. Also, even now, bears have woken up. Bears are whipping around. You need bear spray, ideally. Should have bear spray. Yeah, a blow-up dinghy with an electric 12-volt pump. Plastic, couple of plastic oars. That'd be easy to haul in here. Such a perfect place because you just not hear the highway or slightly hear it. I can't tell if it's the wind or what. The Ottawa River is over the tree line there. You can see the Quebec Laurentian hills. I won't call them mountains. The river's over there. And this lake drains into that. Okay. We're going to crawl out of here. I don't know if we're going to see anything else interesting on the way, but we'll try and take a different route and see what we see. Off we go. Someone's abandoned camp. I just took a left off the main trail. I seen another trail and it was starting to get a little rough. But this is the end of the line. I got to turn around. Looks like they don't come here anymore. Gorgeous, expensive tent trailer. Left popped up and crushed by trees or wind or something. Garbage everywhere. They just threw everything everywhere. Nice little cabin. It could have maybe the roof done properly. Some soffit and fascia. But it's getting tattered. There's an old outboard. Batteries laying around. Solar. Garbage cans. Jesus. I wonder what happened to the people. They aged out or they passed away. The chimney's all knocked off. I'm not going to go near the cabin itself. There's generators laying about. That's probably some sort of outhouse or a shower setup, who knows. Lots of crap everywhere. Is this one of these old... No, it's metal. Big metal countertop sinks. I would love something like that to keep the water from splashing everywhere. A heavy-duty trailer with an oil tank for a box. That's for hauling gravel and stuff, I guess. Crap everywhere. Cool. Well, it's neat to see. Let's get going. Break time. I'm taking some... they're named roads. Named roads, old pioneer roads, logging roads. But the one I took, there's some hunt camps and things on it. It ends up being closed. It comes to a gravel pit area and is gated off and closed. But yet it says it's a road, and I don't understand how they can do that. But I guess over time, the people buy the property, loggers or excavators, and so I've come to yet another lake, but I seem to be way on top of it. And I'm taking a little break. This is a nice spot, actually. This would be a fantastic camping spot. Although you're not right on the water. You're up high, and there's a view. Oh my God. I'm on a cliff. Wow. What is this? It's long and narrow. I have an idea of what lake is. Surely it must be a lake this is. I hope I can get around it. I really don't want to go back to the railway berm or the highway if I can help it. I'm trying to get around this lake and get back to Stonecliff, therefore back to Mackie. This is nice. What a view. I should be doing 4K. I know some of you are cursing me that the video is not the greatest quality, but it's a lot to process 4K. I might play around with it later on. It's too bad. A beautiful day like today. Look at that. My goodness. Nice spot. I can tell you where this is. I think this is called McSorley Lake by Stonecliff. I think. I'm going to check my maps. I'm going to do that right now. When you buy your Ontario ATV trail pass, which I did this year because they are cracking down on it. No more freebies. They're going to be checking. You get well, you don't get it. You don't get it for free. You get to use the Quad On app. Quad On. It's a ATV map system. I think it's using Google technology, but it marks the trails and stuff. And for like $5 or so, you can get the premium, which gives you some more features. I got the premium, $5. What the hell? So there is Cactus. It is McSorley. And it's a, hopefully not much of a glare here. This sees my head. Can you see? McSorley. Nah, this ain't working. I have fished this in the past. Way back in the 90s. Successfully got some splake out of this lake. So I'm not that terrible a fisherman, but I'm not great either. Anyway, really nice day. Very blessed to have this day off and tomorrow. See what I get into tomorrow. I'm going to try and get around this lake by going that way, and I hope around back closer to Stonecliff, and I hope I don't have to ride the side of the highway. We'll see. Let's do it. That's a beautiful cabin, tucked away in the middle of nowhere, right beside the old railway berm. So that's the ATV day, 9 May. It's time to wrap it up. It's 4:30. It was interesting. Seen some old cars, some old junk. Got to that lake, casted a line, didn't catch anything. I gave it about 90 minutes. I'll have to get back there someday and try a little harder, spend a little more time. I think I've scouted out everything I can around here. I tried coming back a different way on old logging roads that when you look on the, what's it called, Quad On maps or Google Maps even, you can see that it goes around and connects back from Bissa Creek to Stonecliff, yet there's a gate there saying it's private property and no trespassing. So I guess it's not a complete road anymore. So the railway berm works. It's a little rough on the tires, the old rough rocks. I'm not lost, I'm just a little, I'm really close to Mackie where I parked, and I'm on Plantation Way Trail. And I just passed this beautiful vacation home here, I would say. It looks well kept, the grass seems to be kept down. A nice little log place, has a modern foundation it's sitting on, so it's well preserved. It's got a tin roof. Nice place. It's about 50 minutes from the Pembroke area. So anyway, that's a wrap. That's another good day. This baby's running good. It's got a couple of new parts on it and all new fluids. I'm enjoying my time off yet again. I got a good job that affords that. And that's it. That's a wrap. Till next time, I'm Cactus. This is Out and About. Join me on the next adventure. I would say, probably, it'll be with Office Rocker Oiler. If I can rustle him up out of his cave somewhere. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Later.